It's become a part of our culture to live beyond our means. That's why debt is the norm. From student loans to mortgage or car loans, the cumulative debt of the United States government is around 31 trillion US dollars. Is your income so poor that you think you can't save? How much money must you make per day to get by? Who better to ask than the billionaire Warren Buffett? Join us as we discuss the Buffett ways to survive, even on a low income. Warren Buffett is one of the most admired investors and the sixth richest man in the world. He's well known in Omaha society and is involved on the boards of several civic groups. He established himself as a leading authority on value investing and is well known for his aptitude at incorporating sophisticated financial practices into his success. He wants to share his prudent ways today. And even if you are a spendthrift, you can still learn to live within your means.
Who is the more frugal between us? Charlie, who do you think?
Well, in personal consumption, Warren is more frugal.
Tip number 1, build a budget. A person who leads an economical lifestyle doesn't stick to just one brand. If people love a certain kind of product, they'll choose the best one offered by any business. A frugal individual is constantly searching for a bargain. Your financial decisions, including what you buy, where your money goes, and how much you spend, must be your responsibility. By monitoring your spending, you can better manage your finances. By keeping track of every dollar you spend, you may compare your expenditure to your budget. Use an app for budgeting like Zeta. One of the greatest options for budget aid is the Zeta app, because it makes creating a budget straightforward and maintaining your finances the easiest chore you'll ever complete. Tip number 2, clear your debt. Think about surviving on one salary and putting the other aside to pay off debt. When a family just has one income, stress over debt repayment is unneeded because your resources might not be as flexible. It's possible that what works for someone else won't work for you. Create a budget that takes your lifestyle, income level, and financial condition into account. Maintaining an emergency fund set up in case of emergencies, such as a hefty hospital bill or any unforeseen expenses, will help you avoid debt wherever feasible. Recognize and modify your spending patterns within the limits of your salary. Live as frugal a life as you can to accumulate a sizable emergency fund that will aid in your speedy recovery in the event of a crisis. Tip number 3, cut back in your utility cost. Due to the gradual accumulation of all these small costs, frugal people keep a record of even the smallest transactions. Another part of monthly expenses is the cost of utilities like water, electricity, cable internet, waste service, and natural gas. There are techniques to reduce utility use and save money, even though some of these expenditures cannot be avoided. Replace your bath with a shower first. Baths should be avoided in favor of short, hot showers. Make sure there are no leaks and that your faucets are always totally closed. 2, always turn off the lights in any empty space. 3, to keep heat from escaping into the brisk outside air, wrap your windows with bubble wrap or transparent plastic during the winter. This will help reduce the amount of money you spend on power for home heaters. 4th, if you have a mobile device with internet connection, consider cancelling your cable internet service and using the free internet at the library as an alternative. 5th, lower your cable TV bill. One of the most pricey services is cable TV, but if you know where to search, you may dramatically lower your rate. You can reduce the number of cable boxes, cut back on premium channels, or pay attention to costs. Find inexpensive cable services that provide internet and TV at a cheaper cost or bargain for a lower price. You can choose to watch Hulu or Netflix instead. Tip number 4, cut your food expense. Because even the most thrifty people occasionally indulge in laziness, frugal people strive to keep an eye on their monthly food expenses and figure out ways to cut them. But if they don't watch it, that may easily turn into a habit. Another necessary home expense that you cannot cut is food. But if you reconsider how much you spend on food, you might be able to save money. Cheap and highly nutritional basics are rice, beans, and lentils. Your meals may be built on these affordable basics, which you can then jazz up with fresh vegetables, herbs, meat, or other things. If you use these basic items to feed yourself frequently, you can cut your monthly shopping spending dramatically. Using coupons is another technique to save money on groceries or other home items. Either arrange your weekly menu around things with coupons or keep an eye out for items you'll buy right away. Tip number 5, pay cash for everything you buy. Cash payments will result in higher discounts. When attempting to strengthen your negotiation skills, money can be helpful. Mark Cuban, a billionaire and Shark Tank contestant, believes that having cash on hand may be a successful negotiating strategy. According to him, using money to bargain is a much better approach to receive a return on your investment. Paying with cash will also enable you to save money and achieve your goals. You can considerably enhance your savings by using cash to make purchases rather than a debit or credit card because you are less reluctant to part with your cash. You would withdraw for the week or month if you agreed to spend a specific amount. Tip number 6, reduce your living space. One more strategy to manage your spending is to downsize your living area. We frequently underestimate how much it really costs to maintain a huge home or multi-bedroom apartment. Keep in mind that larger homes typically have higher utility costs. For example, Warren Buffett, a billionaire with a net worth of $100 billion, can afford to live in the most expensive property on earth despite the fact that renting it would be more expensive. However, he still lives in the same house that he purchased in 1958 for only $31,500. With his income and riches, Warren Buffett supports a moderate standard of living. The remainder is set up for insurance in case of an emergency. He lives frugally, which enables him to invest more and generate higher profits. Consider moving to a place where you can travel more by bike or on foot to save money on gas, or even use the public transit system if you believe downsizing could be a smart idea. Think about the things you're buying and how important they are to your way of living right now. It might come in a variety of shapes before you shrink. For instance, if you want to reduce your spending, you might save money by purchasing a used car rather than a new one. Whenever you sense the impulse to indulge in a spree, repeat this Warren Buffett quote aloud. I'm not interested in cars and don't want to make people jealous. Tip number 7, refrain from impulse purchases. Emotions are typically the cause of impulsive purchases. They are a typical reaction to enjoying oneself or making others happy. After spending a little money, if you feel unsatisfied, you'll probably go on a buying binge. Are you addicted to shopping binges? And despite your best efforts to conserve money, it still seems to be in vain? Stop worrying now. Try implementing Warren Buffett's maxim to spend what's left over after saving if you're a subscriber to my channel. If you have a spending problem or are tempted to make an impulse purchase, consider whether it will help you reach your financial objectives. If not, it might be time to put the phone down and reflect on your life goals, because any time spent using your credit card won't accomplish anything to advance your long-term objectives if you don't have a clear idea of what those are. Try to keep your residence as simple as possible. Some people don't even buy toasters because they can just fry bread if they want to toast it. Tip number 8, change your mindset. We all understand the value of saving for the future, but it can be challenging to put aside some of your favorite luxuries and consider where your money is going. There are wants and necessities in life, but no matter what they are, they can be offset by actions that won't have a negative long-term impact on our finances. Stop comparing yourself to people who have more money and let go of any guilt or anxieties you may have about saving. The finest thing you can do is put your attention on how success feels for you. With a sound financial mindset, you can invest in yourself. You can create a budget and stick to it regardless of your environment. The process of adjusting to living within your means could take some time, but if you're committed to doing it, you will eventually form a new habit that will serve you well. Thanks for watching this video. Which of the tips do you fail at? Let us know how you'll improve in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing videos. See you next time.